Hey y'all, it's Jen the Homestead, and I want to show you guys what I do with my excess eggs. These are unwashed eggs. They've been on my counter approximately 1 week, and eggs can stay good on the counter for a couple of weeks. The way I keep up with it is this handy labeled egg storage bin I got from Amazon. I have the days of the week on it. So I'm going to wash my eggs in my laundry sink because these eggs have poop or mud on them, and I do not want either of those things in my kitchen sink. I'm using a very gentle dish soap and hot water, well, warm water, not too hot to hurt my hands. So I wash and rub with my hands. I don't scrub or anything, but I don't want to get off any of the mud or chicken poop. A lot of people don't know that chickens have one exit. It's their vent, and their poop and their eggs come out of the same place. So you have healthy chickens, you shouldn't be worried about anything. I was just putting really hot water on there. So after I do that, I clean my hands really good with an antibacterial soap because I'm about to handle raw food that I'm going to freeze, and I just want to be extra careful with germs. So now I have my eggs washed. I'm going to put them in the silicone egg trays. I like these because they are very durable and you can pop up out the bottom with your thumb, and they're really twisty. The first set that I did in your traditional ice trays, and I cracked the ice tray trying to get the egg out of there, so I ordered those. So the way I do it is I just scramble eggs. Now this cup is not clean because I already did a batch, but I had a bad angle and you couldn't really see how I was pouring the eggs. So this is actually my second tray. I'm cracking about 6 eggs. It is not an exact science. You're gonna have to kind of eyeball it and add, because eggs differ in size by breed and by day and by time of year and when they start laying. These are all young chickens, so the eggs are kind of small. So I just scrambled it up real good. I've seen people put it in a blender, but I didn't see the need to do that. So I'm pouring them really precisely. The first time I did it, I was not as precise, and I made a mess. So I'm tilting the trays to let the excess run into the empty cubes. And like that had a little extra, so I'm tilting it so that can run into the next one. And you just do that until you get them relatively equal. They don't have to be completely even, but I would leave a little head space. I wouldn't fill it all the way up to the very top because things do expand when they freeze. And to reduce your overflow, you leave a little extra space. So here I had to add an extra egg, just to get the whole thing filled. And I did have one that was a little bit smaller than the other ones, but I think it's okay. It'll do. Oops. And you pop that lid on. I love the lid. I love that. So the eggshells. What do you do with the eggshells? Well, I've seen articles of people feeding their eggshells back to their chickens. And a lot of times when they do that, they rinse them off and then they bake them to kill off any possible salmonella. But I also hear about chickens eating eggs, raw eggs, and I ain't heard of a salmonella chicken death, so I don't know if that's really necessary. Another way people use it is they put them in their gardens. So they say adding that to your soil will add calcium. Those are my extra ones I've been saving. And the one particular thing I saw recently said that it will stop blossom end rot. Well, I have something to say about that. If you watched this far, please consider subscribing. So the thing is, the eggshells have to break down. Hey chickens, hey, that's sunflower front and center. The thing about eggshells is they have to break down, and it takes a few months before those eggshells are actually providing calcium to your plants. So I put them in my compost pile right on top of the bedding out of my chicken coop. So I have the brown and the green, and let that break down. So here is some frozen egg. These are not the ones I just did. These were already done. And I was going to put this at the beginning of the video, but I was like, that's kind of, I didn't want to show it like that. So these are actually some I did last week. And I have them in this blue bag for a reason, because I wanted anything that came off to be caught by the bag. And as you can see, there was some overflow. That's why I was really picky about how I was pouring the eggs, because this was messy. So it's not easy, folks. This is a chore. Even with the silicone, I want to call it a con. The silicone trays, it was kind of tough, but that little green part that you can put your thumb through, that was really helpful. So it took a little getting used to, and I'm just taking out the little extra parts because I don't know. I guess you could still leave them in and just throw them in the Ziploc bag, but I was being picky. So it's gonna take some effort. Like I said, the little green part helps because you stick your thumb through there and you push it, but you still have to do some twisting and goings on. And yeah, so I'm trying to get that extra stuff off the back, and because that's what happens when you're not. I was a little aggressive. Pardon me, I hit the camera, but I was trying to get the little extra stuff off and take my thumb and punch it through and pop everything in the bowl. So basically, these are quart-sized freezer bags. And don't those things look like mandarin oranges? They're so pretty. They got darker, and pardon my wheezing, they got darker as they froze. So, but I feel real good about it. A lot of people give away their eggs, but a part of me homesteading is for self-sufficiency. And chicken egg production decreases in the winter time, so this is going to be what my family eats during the months when the chicken production goes down. I'm also going to experiment with powdering them, dehydrating them and powdering them. So you just thaw these out, 1 cube as 1 egg, and scramble them up and cook them as you usually would, or you can cook them in baking. But I hope this video was helpful to you. I did not know that you could freeze eggs, and I'm glad that I know now, and I'm glad that I can share it with you. Like, share, subscribe. See y'all later.